So hello everyone, this is Kit Kaksha and this is the 11th episode of Kaksha Gupshup. Today we have Manish Rath with us, Amrit Das and Nishay Karan Gupta. Thank you for joining us, Bhaiya.
And
So,
thanks for having us here. Anytime.
Thanks.
I will give a brief intro who they are. So Manish Bhaiya here is a, what should I say, the pro because of whom I joined DSC and then MSAC and this whole Kaksha and planning. He was a co-member of both MSFT kit as well as the DSC kit, and also a marketing intern in, I think, Booking Genie. Am I right, Bhaiya?
Yeah, used to be. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then we have with us Amrit Nishchay Bhaiya. He was also a core member of DSA kit and an actors kit. Am I right, Bhaiya? So basically, all we
Yeah,
have,
yeah,
we all four were some at some point were part of DSA kit. And Amrit Bhaiya
yeah.
here is the CTO of a Bookers and a tech lead of startup, as well as a team lead of AOG and Flutter in DSA kit. Okay, so Bhaiya, can you give your tell us about something about yourself? In a small brief introduction.
With
And money
whom?
start
Start
first.
with
Manish.
Alpha. Okay, Alpha. Manish
Okay,
will
all
start.
right.
Manish.
So I'm a product marketing intern at HighRadius. So what I do is I create content for CFOs of top-notch Fortune 1000 companies, and I basically try to convince them to buy our products. That's pretty much my work these days. And side-wise, I like to rap. I used to rap a lot, and I'm learning Spanish. So yeah, bueno.
That's really great, Bhaiya. Nishi Bhaiya.
Yeah, these days are going like I'm helping a lot of my friends in getting placements, and apart from that, I'm learning some languages like ABAP, so that it would be uh, worth of time after I join my company. And after that, and apart from that, I'm also presently taking recruitment in some of the clubs and doing some freelancing activities in app development and so on. Nothing much. Just leading from home.
Nothing much, Bhaiya. You are already doing too much. Too many things. Amrit Bhaiya.
Yeah, hi. So this is me, Amrit, and currently, wait, I don't know. Currently, okay. Currently, I'm working for this company called High Radius, so I'm a banking consultant. It's not much, okay. Apart from that, as Animesh mentioned, I was CTO of a startup. This is not something big, okay. This is like four friends. We started something with like, we'll do something. This seems fun, and yeah, we did that. So for that, we needed something built, and they were like, "Hey, Amrit, you code, right? You write code, right? You write a code for this." And I'm like, "Okay, great." And apart from that, I work on this non-profit organization. It's called Stand Up Comedy, and yeah, doing that part time. So, well, that's all about me, I guess. Yeah.
That's great, Bhaiyas. So, what made you join KIT? The basic cliche type question. What made you join
Okay.
KIT?
So we'll go around like this for each question, right?
Yeah.
I'll answer then share the number. Okay, cool. So
Okay,
what made
okay.
me join Kit would be first of all, it's really near my house, and I used to live really near Patia as well, so it was really close to me. Another thing, I really did bad in JE, so my rank was something like a phone number, and so it wasn't a 10-digit phone number; it was a 7-digit phone number. Okay, I'm good at studies, so yeah, that's what made me join Kit. Plus, the infrastructure is really good. There's greenery all around, if you know what I mean. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
okay. I joined because in many colleges I was not getting the branch which I had dreamt of in 11th and 12th. And apart from that, when I had a visit while doing, it was around May or June or something like that. Actually, I was fascinated by the ambience and the environment of the college. So yeah, I joined it, and there are also some of the things which I cannot share. That was my personal reasons. So that's why I just joined it, and I know that I'll be doing my best at any place wherever I will be. So I chose this place.
That's really great,
Great,
Bhaiya.
guys. Okay, I see now we are calling it greenery, environment, and ambience now. Cool.
Yeah,
You guys are really making it work.
yeah,
For me, it's mostly some parts of what Manish said and some parts of what Nishay said. It's really close to my house. I live in Bhubaneswar, so it's nearby for me. And second of all, it was mostly because of the branch thing. Yeah, I was not really bad, but I never did really good in JE as well. So I was getting into NITs, but they were like so NITs which my parents won't let me. I'm not letting you go to Srinagar, okay? And I'm like, okay, fine. So we settled for kid. That's it.
Okay, Bhaiya.
nice.
So, you have 4 years, all have the 4 years, and so
Right, yeah.
you know how
Yeah.
much for the first years of the freshie, how much that the CGPA matters. So, does it really matter during the job or the placement?
You're asking the wrong guys.
For
Uh,
Okay,
sure,
so
Because
definitely one
I'll
guy
be
should.
completely
Manish, go with it.
I'll be completely honest. Okay, this whole cloud that goes around the what's the fuss about CGPAs. So it matters until a certain extent, right? Most of the companies that will come around, they'll ask you for 6 CGPA, right? A base. So you can pretty much have 80% apply for 80% companies with 6 CGPA. 7.5 is for better companies that you'd want to aim for, and you'd want to keep 9 above if you want to have those premium packages. So yeah, it doesn't matter if you're really looking to have a dream company wala thing. If it sorry, it matters if you want a dream company wala thing, and it doesn't matter if if you're skilled enough, you can get any company you want by applying off campus as well. So it doesn't really matter in that. It matters again if you really want to have a future education or something like that. It will matter in your GMAT, it will matter in your GRE, it will matter in CAT as well. So that's the thing. So completely, to be honest, it does not matter, but then again, it matters a bit. Yeah.
Adding to what Manish had said, if you come in third year and when you will start receiving the notices of several companies where it will be mentioned like 6.0 CGPA is the base criteria, but you will see that you will not be shortlisted in many companies. So yeah, initially it matters a lot to keep a good CGPA. Like in the first year, I was having 9.54 in the first semester, and then gradually now the SGPA was 9.54, and currently my CGPA is 8.88. So if you are aiming for a higher CGPA at initial stage only, then you will be having a good mean value at the end when you will be sitting for the good companies. And if you want like what Manish said, some premium companies, then Dell or something like that, which directly takes the student as an intern from the hackathons or so. There you need to keep your CGPA above 9.2 or 9.
Mm.
Then you will be shortlisted by our TNP department, and then gradually you will be hired by Dell with no examinations, nothing. Just a hackathon of 3 days where you will be working in your hostels also, taking help of your friends. So and then again what Manish had said, if you are skillful enough, then CGP is not the criteria for you. You are above all.
Yeah. Can we take a moment and put a hands together for Nishya flexing for a moment about our 9.5 CGPA, guys?
True.
Just before
That was
we
too much.
disregarded the fact that this is not the correct panel to discuss CGPA, Nishya was like, guys, you know what? A 9.5 here.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. See, honestly, if I'm speaking about CGPA, I don't really think it's like that you have to score higher or something. I think I've seen a lot of people. Honestly, if I'm speaking, I've seen a lot of people who have a very high CGPA, but they're like zero technical knowledge. But that is the actual downfall of everyone. Okay, Like you're scoring 9.8, but you don't know how to write a C++ program. You don't know how to make an Android app. Dude, what's the point of doing that even? What's the point of having 9.8 CGPA? If you're scoring 100 in environmental science, you're making CGPA 9.8. It's not going. If I talk practically, if you have that basic knowledge, you will score accordingly. That's it. And obviously, yeah, both that thing is there where the college has a role in it as well. They see and they shortlist you based on your CGPA, but you can always go overload your college and apply for other companies. You can always go for off campuses. And trust me, you will get a lot more package if you go off campus, and you will get into much better companies. See, you don't see flying, you don't see campuses from Google or anything for KIT, right? There are no campuses for in campus for Google, and there is no direct criteria you need to score 9 plus CGPA to get into Google. Manish, I don't think Google even looks at CGPA right now. It just looks at your experience.
They don't even look at a degree. They don't even they don't look at a degree. Yeah, you really need to be skilled.
Yeah, just you have the skills, they will hire you. Okay, you need to show for your skills. That's what I'm saying. And talking about higher studies, me applying for MS, that is actually one of the primary things. CGPA will matter if you're trying to get into higher studies, especially for me. I'll give my example. I'm trying to get into MS. So the scores of other exams matter. Okay, like if you give GRE, IITs, that matters. But apart from that, what the colleges will look at, the universities will look at, is how your basic CGPA is. Like, and it's not also like you scored 9.8 on the first year and now you are at 7.5. That if you are showing a degraded growth, it's not a really good thing. And if you're also showing a very positive growth, that's also not a good thing. But if you're consistent about it, like throughout all your semesters, you are around 8.5, you are like a best candidate for them. Like almost every companies and other institute also look for this one thing, the consistency. Consistency matters more than anything else. Wow. Yeah, I think that's what I think.
Now I'm feeling contrite about the flex which I have done, Amrit. Yeah, you really made a good point. Yeah.
That's really great, Bhaiya. So this is just a specific question to Manish Bhaiya. Bhaiya, how can a BTech students get a non-tech internship?
So before the how, I'd like to tell the why. So these companies, a lot of MNC companies, what they do is they have a lot of roles in them, right? So there will be designing roles, there will be marketing roles, there will be legal roles. So a company builds with non-tech roles having a much more value than tech roles. A tech company, I'd say. I believe. But so then again, how is completely different from person to person. Like if you're really interested in marketing, if you're creative enough, if you like reading, if you like writing, if you like all that stuff, then I guess you could get into HubSpot. You could learn a bit around it. Then you could apply for the companies that would be coming to KIT, or else you could directly apply off campus if you have a little bit of experience. So yes, that counts. So that's how BTech grad could apply for a non-tech job and get it. So, yeah.
That's cool. Really cool.
Yeah.
So the next question is for Amrit Bhaiya. Bhaiya, as you were a CTO at a Booker, so what was your job as a CTO? Means the CTO is still a big name.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, let's just break that to you. It's just something that we're like really fancied over, and this is not something that this is just a big name. Okay, like 4 people, we had 4 C's, so we just distributed the C's across us. And being the person who made the code, I'm like, yo, I want the T, and then I got CTO. So it's not a really big deal, and that is not something that we can count as experience or anything. But that was definitely a learning process for me. It was like a great experience Okay, I'll tell you how the whole thing came around. Okay, so it was around the second half of first year when some of my friends, some of my school friends, they were like, Amrit, we have this idea where I'll tell you something about Bookers also. So Bookers is like the idea was to make a startup where you can rent books. Like rather than buying books, you can rent books. You can get a book, you can read it, and then return it. That's the whole idea. And they were like, oh, Amrit, we have this idea. Can you make something like this? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, we can have something. And then the whole idea went on for a year, and I believe it was around second year December. Like second year December would be the third semester, I guess. and towards the third semester, we actually started working on it. And being from the profile of actions on Google, I thought ki we'll do something out of trend. So this was a whole startup that was based on actions on Google. The whole startup was running on actions on Google. It was a completely voice-based action. You can just put your phone up and order, like rent a book from your voice. So
Yeah,
that
this
was
is
like
really
we
cool.
were trying. Yeah, wanted to have this paradigm shift, and I'll tell you that was the pro and the con of the whole thing. Okay, like the
I've
pro
been
was
there.
it
I've been
yeah,
there with
like,
you. I know it all.
I mean, we were there, but people weren't up till there. So we did run for a while, but then the problem happened was there was like a rift between the whole group, and like people got busy with exams and shit. So we had to close off. We operated for a good 6-7 months. We did around, just talking about profits was not much. We did around 8 to 9K profit, and then we just closed the whole thing off. Like, I mean, no one was really interested. I'll tell you, if you ask about my role as a CTO, I'll told you the journey of the company. I'll tell you the role as a CTO. I was pitched the idea a year before I actually started making it. So it took me a year of procrastination, and just because of my sheer laziness, I took a year to think about it. Like, oh yeah, we'll make it. And then there's this one point in life where I was like, oh, dude, what am I doing with my life? Let's do something creative. Let's do something productive, you know. And then the whole thing came rushing back. Like, I have this plan in the back of my head. Let's make it. And the whole thing took me around 1.5 months to build the whole action. Then we had a separate website just to navigate and look at the options that we have. And then the order procedure was completely on the action. And then it got us another 2 months to get the action approved. That's it. And then we finally did it. And yeah, that was really cool. At least not, if I'm speaking just from experience, what I learned was I learned a few things. The first, I was never into non-tech a lot more. So I had not that much experience. At least Manish has a lot of non-tech experience. Okay, he knows how to handle businesses, how to handle marketing and all. So I had no idea of that. I was just a CTO, but being a part of this part of the whole startup, there are 4 people, so everyone has to handle everything. It's just a title, but everyone has to handle everything. So I got to understand how to handle clients. I got to understand how to like tackle problems with clients. By clients, I mean customers here. Okay, I'm using a lot of technical terms, but customers will basically be the ones who rented the books. So we were the ones, we had no logistics, we had nothing. We were the ones who were taking the books from the bookstores. We were going and delivering the books, and we were doing the whole thing of it. So that was a really fun experience. The building, the technical part was like 2 months, 3 months into it. But as Manish said, non-technical plays a lot more role in a tech company than a technical role. Okay. So that we actually lived firsthand. And that was
Hmm.
really cool. That was really something. And it was a great journey and a beautiful learning experience for me, at least.
Plus, you have to be crazy lazy to be a CTO. Like Amrit is
Yeah,
lazy
dude,
as
you
fuck.
have you have to be lazy, dude. I built the product in 3 months. I took 1 year, 6 months to actually create. Think
Yeah,
about it.
I know. I
Yeah,
know.
man.
That was
That's
really insightful, Bhaiya. So the next question is for Nishay Bhaiya specific. So Bhaiya, you are a current lead of Mozilla Club BBSR. So
Yeah.
how do you manage your team while also focusing on academics as the whole year went in online mode? So it would have been difficult to manage both, no?
Yeah, it was actually parallelly. We need to have some speaker session from Mozilla organization, and we were having our placement examinations, right, Amrit? so, so it was. Trust me, it was really very difficult. But yeah, only the thing which bound us all was the interest and the never-ending spirit of. The whatever stuffs we host for the community, for the welfare of the organization, and for all the students who are a regular viewer of or you can say students who rely upon us for hearing something good from someone who is staying far from the seas and who is coming here inspiring students. And that is the thing which we crave for currently, and that is the only thing which inspires us a lot to build something new, something productive for the society. So uh, the thing which I missed, I had planned that I should not let anyone think for a second also that they are missing something in college. So uh, So the only idea of mine was to make every individual provide each and everything, whatever possible, by my end. That's it. Being a part of a community, not a leader. So yeah, it was like for the community.
It's really great.
Good
It's
answer.
actually the most thing is like the craving for inspiration. It's like a really good point that Nishya mentioned. And
True.
guys, I'll tell you, like Nishya is one of the persons who's like, you just meet him and you just mix with him. That's it. And that is like a sole purpose of some lead, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't ask for a better lead than that. I mean, yeah, dude.
Amrit, wow.
So, Bhaiya, how nowadays many juniors or even the second years, they are running towards to get a certification. I am going to get this certificate, that certificate in marketing, MLAI, there, that. So, does it really matter, or one
No,
should just
not at
focus
all.
on their own skills?
One should focus on projects, right, Amrit?
Yeah, totally. I
Uh,
mean, that is like a
Manish,
real life
one should
application.
focus on projects, not on certifications or stuffs.
I'd say it's not a yes or no answer. Like if you ask me, I'd say it's a disruptive answer. Like if you take a non-tech into account, so certificates from HubSpot, they play a really good role in any of the companies that you would be going into in a non-tech role, marketing, or sales, anything, right? Those certificates matter a lot. But certificates like from like third-party brands, what do I call it? Like from anywhere and elsewhere, those. Uh, Right. that was a good one. So yeah, they completely don't matter as long as you're skilled enough. They don't matter. So yeah.
Okay.
I would say if you're going for a certificate, just go for the course first, excel in that, and then try for the certificate. Okay, you can easily score the certificate that way. You know what people are doing
You know
is
what?
like
You
if
know
they're
what?
yeah
What's the certificate about? Like it'll just certify you that you're good at this, right? So why not just
yeah
make a project or a product out of it? Like there's no
exactly
you don't have a certification for actions on Google, right? But I know you're
yeah
by far the best guy I've seen ever who works on actions on Google. So yeah, he doesn't need a certificate or a paper that tells him that he's really certified on working actions on Google. He has 10 projects lined up for him that have over
exactly
5,000 users. Yeah, that's
exactly.
pretty much about it. That is your
Actually,
certificate.
that is yeah, that matters more. I think Nishya pointed out like really good is like if you have a project to back it up, like I did projects on this, doesn't really matter if you have a certificate or certificate or not. क्या क्या फर्क पड़ता है यार तेरे पास सर्टिफिकेट नहीं है फ्लटर का बट तूने 10 ऐप बनाया है एंड द यूजर एंगेजमेंट इज लाइक ऑफ द चार्ट्स दैट इज द वन थिंग दैट if you are trying for any corporate or if you are trying for any job or anything anywhere the primary key point is having a real-time user base. Manish, do you remember this one hackathon that we went to where we made action? Okay, we made an action, and all the other people were building stuff. We were making changes to our action, and the whole point was the organizers they were really fascinated because our action was live and we were having like 20 to 30K interactions per month. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
And,
Yeah.
dude, that was like one of our first actions that we made, and so they were like, "Dude, you guys have a user base."
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
man.
That was it. Tree Mapper or was it Save My Log or something like that?
That was Save My Log. That was Save My
Yeah,
Log.
that was Save My Log. We were
Yeah.
having enormous engagement, but yeah, that's pretty much about it. Like how it matters, right? You go into a hackathon, you get into a company, they won't look at your certificates if you don't have anything to back it up. You need to have a project lined up. You need to have some experience lined up. You need to have some stats lined up, right? Yeah, I learned this. I did this. I got this as an output. Everything happens in that exact flow all around the world. So, yeah.
And getting back, I like state one more point also. So this is something that I came across while applying for MS in universities. Okay, so if you're trying to apply for further studies after BTech, then the certifications will play a good role. The certification, actually, the projects will play a more better role than certifications. But having certifications, it's good. But what actually universities look for is if you have a research paper on something because I'm trying to go for MS. Okay, if you're trying to go for MTech, then the certifications will matter more. But if you're trying to go into MS, which is like a research lane, people will look for research paper. If you have a published paper somewhere, or if you co-authored a paper, then that would be of a higher significant value than having a certificate.
That will really help many people who are focusing to for higher
And
education.
I second Amrit, and the teachers which you can approach in our university, which I prefer, is PK Patnaik sir, Dr. PK Patnaik sir. He is the one who supports a lot. There are some recent topics which are available with him. You can knock his door, like quantum computing and stuff. So you can write something, anything. Just I
Knock
have
his
given some
chat
hints.
box.
Okay, that is for
It's very cool.
research paper, Nishit.
Yeah, Amrit. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so
He's there
if
and
you're
he's
giving out,
available.
oh, if you're giving out contacts, if you want to do projects and all, you can definitely contact Kumar Devdatta sir. Okay, so
Plus one.
he
He's my project guide now.
exactly he's like a lot of people's project guides, and the plus point about him is he always has a project. He has a lot of projects backed up with him, lined up with him. He has a lot of ideas, and those were not the project that you do and you just throw away and you get the marks. That's it. He has ideas of projects that have a long term impact. Okay, those are like self-sustainable projects. He has ideas for those. So if you are into that, you can go ahead, contact him as well.
He motivates us to build the whole ERP along with the documentations and stuffs which are phenomenal, stupenda fantabulous.
Yeah,
Let me tell you, stupenda fantabulous. You cannot find any other teacher of software engineering to gain knowledge of documentations, SRS, and something like that, which are top class.
Yeah.
Okay. बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है भैया ऐसे तो.
Nice.
अच्छा है कि ये फॉर्मेट हमने स्टार्ट किया. Nice. Okay, भैया. So
Yeah.
everyone is working in a job at a company. So how do you balance your life, means work life?
I'd say start with Amrit. Yeah, please start with Amrit. Please.
Dude, see, let's be realistic. Okay, so there is the work-life balance is a myth. That's it. The work-life balance, it's a myth. There is no such thing as work-life balance, and I tell you, like at least for Manish and me, we work in high radius, so our working hours is pretty different. Our working hour depends on the client that we're handling. Okay,
Yeah.
so for me, if I'm handling a US Canada client, my working hours is the second half. So which actually suits me, okay, because I'm not a person who wakes up early in the morning. I'm not a person who, yeah, I'm the person who has, I'm the person who has breakfast for lunch. That's it. So that is
Sometimes dinner for lunch.
Yeah, sometimes dinner for lunch as well. So yeah, so for me it's good. But then again, if I tell you there are certain other things in life that I wanted to do as well, right? I wanted to do like stand up as a full-time hobby, and therefore I had to do open mics and all. So that is something that messes up with the whole cycle of this work, because I had to really manage and crunch down timings. I'll tell you, dude. I'll tell you this. There was a time when I went to do an offline open mic. I was in a restaurant. I performed. Then I went into the bathroom, opened my laptop, took a client call. Okay, so that's
work-life balance.
That's work-life balance.
Yeah,
that is work-life balance. So basically,
Amrit,
that's it. Like,
yeah. Respect plus.
Thanks, man. So yeah, that is something that you gotta do. I mean, you have to manage your own time. Otherwise, you can't. No one is going to help you. And that's the whole thing that happened with me when I started working for High Radius. Is like the day part, it's my job. The night part, it's stand up, and the me time that I got is like a few hours between like 3 in the night to 5 in the night. Okay, those are the 2 hours I had to catch up with all the episodes that some TV series it's coming up. I had 2 hours to catch up on that, and I'll tell you, it's such a fucking hectic life. Sorry, I swear on this recording, but
that's how we.
Yeah, dude, that is what happens if we talk about work-life balance, dude. But yeah, that's going on to money, dude.
Yeah. If you ask me, work-life balance depends on how you manage things. Yeah, as said by Amrit, time management is really key. Once you join corporate, you can work from Monday to Friday, never work on Saturdays and Sundays, I'd say. I mean, you would find people in corporate who are working on Saturdays and Sundays, but please don't. Chill out, go to parties, enjoy with friends. Obviously, after
Yeah.
everything is done with COVID, yeah, you can basically find time for yourself, improve yourself, grow yourself. Doesn't mean if you already have a job, the job might get out of hand. You need to grow yourself as a person, so that is also included in work life balance, how you develop your life, learn new skills, learn new languages or something like that. Yeah, so that would come around handy. So yeah,
Talk
those
correct.
And contribute to the society like CSR activities
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah,
You will feel
absolutely,
great. That's
absolutely.
It
it.
depends
Nothing
on if
much.
you're a good person or not. Okay, like
Nice, nice.
Okay, so then we
So yeah,
have
that's it.
let me
the
point out
Yeah,
this one thing. One of my leads told. Okay, like one of my leads, she's like, dude, whatever you do, just sleep at 11. Okay, just sleep. No one is going to stop you from sleeping at 11. If anyone has any work, they'll contact other people who are awake. Just sleep at 11. Just log off, sleep at 11. Enjoy life. That's it. But
yeah.
yeah, actually, work-life balance is a tough thing to manage. But
Yeah, it
that's
depends
it.
on how what work you're doing, right? As you said, your
Yeah,
clientele
true, true.
needs to perform in the after hours, so there are clients for you. If it's me, I'm making content, right? I don't need to have client calls, so that's really helpful. I can definitely manage differently my time. So yeah, it depends on what job you do, I guess.
True, true, true. Actually, it also boils down this fact like if you like the thing that you're doing, okay. So
True.
sometimes there are two aspects to it. One is where we do it because we have to do it, and the
True.
second I do it because I like doing it. If I
True.
talk about both of the things, I work on the corporate because I have to do it. They give me some bucks. I have to make like things work, so I have to work for it. Then I do stand up because I like it. So that's the whole aspect of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
Nice.
gotta just decide how you want to approach life, because nothing is like no, there is not a correct definition of a right thing. You
Hmm.
should right thing is a very relative term. You should come up with your definition of right thing. If you think that's right, just do it.
Yeah. Work in the weeks and have a beer and chill out in the weekend. So yeah.
Yeah, dude, totally.
Yeah.
okay, Bhaiya. So then we have our last question. So how was your
Okay.
college to school to college transition and then college first year to the fourth year?
Okay, I'll start. Um, so I don't know how people know me in my college days or in my school days. So I failed twice. I failed in 11th in chemistry. I had 13 out of 100, and I failed in physics in 12th. I had 70 or something like that out of 100. So yeah, that is my shift. That is a phase where I changed a lot. I started to know that this isn't my cup of tea. I need to get out of this. But then again, as you're an Indian, you know that you have to face a lot of challenges. Family background, yeah. Yeah, I can't point it out straightforward, but you know what I mean. I'm giving you hints. Yeah, read between the lines. So yeah, coming up to first year of college, I guess the shift was basically the environment, the people, the different kinds of people that you interact with. Previously, I had friends who are living in Bhubaneswar. Now I had friends who are living in Punjab, UP. I have friends in Gurgaon. I have friends outside of India as well. I have Syrian friends. I have friends from Italy. I have friends who are living in Egypt. So yeah, I mean they are studying in KIT. वैसे तो I had friends all around the world, but yeah, they are studying in KIT. So yeah, that gives them very great atmosphere to learn and grow. So I'd say Amrit and Nisha would agree as well.
Yeah, man. Okay, coming back to me. I don't know, man. Like 4 years right now. If I think about what was my transition from school to college, it did not change much. Okay, I was a kid
Yeah,
who
yeah.
had like
You were
40%
exactly like
attendance in
this.
school. Yeah.
Yeah. You just have long hair now. Everything else is same.
Yeah, man. Actually, I met Manish for the first time in 11th. I'll tell you.
Same.
Okay, so this was in 11th. We did India's first high school hackathon. Okay, in DAV.
Yeah.
Wow.
We did India's first high school level hackathon, and Manish was taking part. I was organizing the event. Manish was taking part. I met Manish, and the next year, both of us were co-organizing the event. That's how it went, guys. Like that is how we know each other. And see, if I'm being honest, back in 11th, 12th, I was this kid who never really went to school. I had like 45% attendance, and I just carried that forward during my first years of college as well. I'll tell you, some of my teachers were genuinely surprised the first time they saw me, because it was 3 months after the class started. Like, oh, you exist. I'm like, hey, sir. And at the end of the years, I just have to give something like, oh, I had chickenpox twice this year. Like chickenpox happened once, so, but something we have to cope up with. But I was that person who was barely seen on campus, yet somehow it all went through. Okay, it happened. I don't know how, but it just happened smoothly for me. Maybe I was lucky, but yeah, you shouldn't miss classes. I'm not promoting that. Let's be clear. I'm not promoting that. But yeah, that whole thing. But if I look back right now, I definitely don't want to be that guy who was like 4 years ago. I was not. I'm pretty much the same, but a lot of things changed. Pretty much like maybe the way I'm communicating, maybe the way. See, stand up is something that came later in my life, and I think that has a lot of influence in my life. And I won't really go back to. I don't really like the Amrit back in 2015. Okay, I would rather be the person I am. Like the growth should be a factor in your life. That's it, and you should be happy at where you are. I,
Yeah, I guess that is
philosophical.
a shift. Yeah, that is a shift from school to college that we
Yeah.
all have been through. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, like part of growing up. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all.
And Animesh, let me tell you that there are experiences which you need to collect by taking yourself into n number of activities like we
True.
have been through. So
True.
you need to put in yourself to n number of activities to gain some experience. Then only you will be having something to give to your juniors.
And college is the
Yeah,
best place
Right?
to do that. You
The
get into all
best,
these
the
exactly,
best.
communities.
exactly.
Yeah, like
I
we
mean,
we
see,
three
you
have
won't.
been part of communities a lot. We've been giving back a lot. So I know I've worked with both of them, Nishcha and Amrit. So they really have that. They share that same mentality that I have. Giving back is really important in these days.
Exactly.
That is something that you need to inculcate as well. And everyone who is listening to me right now, if this gets out later, you need to give back to the society. That matters a lot.
Definitely. Because see, there's no point in like see you are your own character, right? You don't want to brand yourself as a selfish person. I think that is the whole definition of it. Because if you are learning something and you are enjoying it, maybe there are 10 other people out there who are of the same thing. Okay, who are thinking of the same thing, who share the same mentality, and they would want to enjoy life as well. And see, from my perspective, I would totally say what Nisha told is like. I think there's no point in going and sitting in a class learning something that I'm not going to apply in my life directly. Okay, I would rather go sit in a 48 hours hackathon and not having food, not having proper sleep. Remember,
Red
Manish.
Bull. Arey. Memories
So
bring back
I would,
memories.
yeah, man, I would rather do that. I would
Yeah.
rather do that instead of going and sitting listening to a 1 hour lecture of something that I'm not going to see. If you look at my attendance sheet, okay, you would see that some of the classes I was like 100% attendance. Some of the classes it was like off the charts because I liked those classes. I wanted to be there. But for some classes which I don't really feel like the need of it, there's no point in going there sitting and I don't know. I shouldn't call it wasting time, but kind of like that for me. That was the whole point of it. And if you go out, the college is the best time to go out, attend as many events, as many activities that you can. And you guys are in second years, you guys, all of the people who will be listening to me, if you guys are in your initial years of college, that's your best time. And all the people who are listening who are like fourth year, that's your best time as well. After your place,
Yeah.
there's nothing you have to worry about. That's the time you need to enjoy life. For the first 2 years you can go out, you can experience a lot, you can have that practical experience of things. For people in third year, don't do this shit. Okay, study, placements is important. And I think we covered all of it,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, we
जितना
covered.
जितना
We
देना
mostly
था
covered everything.
Okay.
भाई जितना
Thank you.
देना चाहिए था, मतलब
से
जितना
ज़्यादा हो गया.
इंस्पिरेशन देना चाहिए था उतना हमने क्वेश्चंस में दे दिया.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is the time of life. This is the time of life. If you're first year, second year, this is the time of life to explore shit. If you want to you have all the time in the world right now, because going forward you'll have a lot of pressure. Like you'll think about placements, you'll think about shit, you'll think about random stuff. Okay, you have tensions coming up in life. Just live right now. That's the whole point of it. Just live it.
Because
Try to gain experience, and yeah, be chill. That's it.
Okay. So thank you, Bhaiya.
that's it.
Thank you all of you for joining us. And
Anytime.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it was
Thanks,
really nice
Animesh.
talking to you, Animesh
Yeah.
and Sujita. Yeah.